Tibay Uno Go, Guam on Demand.
Welcome back, my friends, to the Hotspot. Important new information for you because the Emergency Rental Assistance Initiative was launched in March 2021, as you know, to help struggling families and people secure their housing, utilities, and other critical needs as we recover from the COVID pandemic. With details to the second cycle of the ERA program, once again, Emergency Rental Assistance. Joining me in the KUAM News Zoom room are Bernie Guinness, the DOA Deputy Director, and Vicki Linlau, the ERA Program Manager. That is Bernie foreground, and that's Vicki all the way in the back. I've not spoken to both of these beautiful ladies in several months. So ladies, Hafaday, and thank you so much for joining me on this Friday morning.
Hafaday, and thank you for having us today, Jason.
Okay, it's a big day for you, and probably even more importantly, a big day for the people of Guam because maybe, Bernie, can you just give us some context, approximately how many people, seeing as how this is the fourth iteration of the ERA program, right? How many people have been affected by this in terms of the number of processing that's had to be done?
Correct. So far, we are completing the ERA Cycle 4 program, which actually closes on August 31st of this month. So far, we've received about over 7,000 applications, anything from rental to utility assistance. And so far to date, we've delivered over $18.3 million to over 4,000 households. So we're looking at, 14 million was distributed in rental assistance. 4 million was also distributed into utility assistance. So again, this is an excellent program for those who are still finding themselves in a predicament that has, certainly there is eligibility criteria, but who are still experiencing some hardship in reference to the COVID-19 pandemic. Certainly.
Maybe if we could, Bernie, could we break that? Let's drill down into that, and maybe we can bring in Vicki in this as well as talking about the specific eligibility criteria, and because this program, I remember when we were doing our morning show on the radio, it's so much more wider than most people would think. And, by definition, it's the emergency rental assistance program. Most people just think, okay, if I have problems paying my rent, that's one thing. But again, like you said, utilities, internet access, it covers a whole bunch of things. So as far as eligibility, what are the criteria?
Do you want to go?
Okay. So the very first and foremost criteria is that your household must have had been impacted negatively by COVID, either reduced hours or loss of job of income, and it's a financial impact to your household. The second one is that you have experienced or are about to experience instability in housing, i.e. homelessness, displacement. And then the third one is, of course, you have to meet the criteria for income, area median income as established by HUD. Simply just that.
And as far as, Jason, again, you were mentioning earlier, it is also, it's for rent. We also, as far as the utilities, it's power, water, solid waste. We were also doing internet services. Along with that, we pay for common area payments, right? And for those who are experiencing, who are going through transition, the transition or displacements, we also pay for storage fees and then also transportation fees. So those are additional, displacement fees that we are able to assist and provide some cash assistance to the individuals.
Yeah, again, so over 7,100 of our island neighbors here, our fellow Guamanians, have been able to benefit from this program. And again, the deadline for this fourth cycle is at the end of this month. So that's coming up real quick. The 31st is just right around the corner. So we really do encourage people to take advantage of that. I know, Bernie, you've been saying, for months, and again, this program's been going on for so long. It's such a good thing for our people. Some people might be hesitant to call up and just say, I've got some, edge cases or some or some weird things. I don't want to embarrass myself, but you have actually been very forthright in saying the most important thing you can, the most impactful way would be to not do anything at all. So, just contact DOA at doa.guam.gov and just talk to the folks over there.
Correct. And also, if they can't get through our numbers, certainly the Guam Relief Center, which the Governor and Lieutenant Governor opened just recently, has been extremely beneficial to us as well. They've accepted, they receive applications. They also taken the phone calls. So if they wanted to give them a call, their number there is 475-2060. Again, they can also accept and also answer some of the questions that individuals may have. Again, if an individual has applied, received some benefits from us and has yet to receive the 15 months and again, for whatever reason, need continuances or may need further assistance, they have to let us know. They have to reach out to us, complete a continuance form, letting us know. Then again, perhaps maybe, they can't make their utility bills or for this particular month, maybe they can't pay their rent. But we're here to assist. And again, there is funding for that.
Right. Now, Vicki, the one thing that has been so impressive to me, having chronicled this program for such a long time now, is the turnaround time. Of course, it is, again, this fourth cycle ends at the end of the month. And when it comes to rent, the first of the month is the most critical time. But can you emphasize for people how fast they will know if they are in fact approved for this and then when they will be able to receive the relief?
The process is actually 5 business days from the date that they submit their application to notification of whether or not they're eligible. If they are eligible and we have received they will be notified either by email or by phone call, or sometimes, unfortunately, we do have to mail, old snail mail, the notification. From that time on, depending on what they need, because we are, it has to go through our quality control and final review, depends on when they get their documents in. And they have 10 business days to turn those in. If we do not get it within 10 days, at that point, we can deem them ineligible and they'll have to reapply. But our team does not like to do that, and they will make every effort to contact the tenants to say, hey, we still need your documents. We send out reminder emails. We still need your documents so that we can qualify as many as we can. And then that forward, and then that point forward, it goes through final review, and then payment processing is a bit longer because we are relying on the utilities and other entities to give us account balances for. So, but I'll tell you, once we get everything back in, we get it up to accounting in a week's time, they'll pay it out. So, which
is phenomenal. I mean, we have talked about this for a very long time. Is the turnaround time and the fact that your team down there at DOA is able to, it's not like it's a whole bunch of papers that are going to go into a filing cabinet and sit there for a while and 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, you guys get right on this, and assuming everything is filed in proper order and everyone's ducks are all in a row, the relief will come to people who desperately need it very, very quickly.
Yes, it's unfortunate though, but we do encourage folks that if they have turned in their documents, if they've turned in a request for continuance and have not heard anything, just to follow up with our office sometimes. Because we get them in batches, right? The big slews, but folks that all of a sudden they realize, and it's first come, first serve. So when we receive it, those are the ones that will get processed. And if you're just turning in a document without supporting documents, you're turning in a request without supporting documents, it may sit there for a while until you follow up with us or until we have time to go back and check on those because we are processing continually.
Exactly. Once again, 7,100 of our fellow Guamanians have received relief through the ERA program to date. And the deadline, we keep talking about this, is at the end of the month. So please, if you are in need, at least get in contact with DOA because they have people literally waiting and they are begging you to call them if you have any questions whatsoever. They are standing by to help you. Once again, you can go to doa.guam.gov on the web. If you would like to email them, you can email era@doa.guam.gov, or if you need to call them, the number is 671-638-4518 or 4519. And Bernie, if I may, maybe just final question. The thing that's incredible again is internet was included with this, right?
Correct.
And that's probably one thing a lot of people just like skip over because when they think utilities, it's like, oh, okay, that's power and water. But a lot of people had trouble paying their internet bills, and that is absolutely critical in this day and age.
Definitely. And so, I mean, again, we recognize that I think it was in cycle 3 that, there's some inquiries. So of course we listen to the public, we listen to the community, what needs, what are their needs? And then if we can incorporate it into the program, certainly we'll put it in, again, like storage fees, transportation fees, Those certainly were not part of the initial cycle that we rolled out. So once the program was moving along and we were listening to the community of what needs that they were needing, of course we would implement it and put it in. We just wanted to point out too, the cycle 4 ends the end of this month, but we will be rolling out a cycle 5, and that will be coming out in October. So we will be we are still working with some of to expanding the criterias, taking a look at maybe some other programs or some other services we might entail. So we're crafting all of that, and then we'll be announcing that hopefully by next month. Yes.
Outstanding. And ladies, if I can, final question. For that forthcoming 5th cycle, do people have to reapply if they've already received relief in any of the first 4 cycles?
No, it'll be seamless. If you're already a part of the existing ERA program that ends in this August, if you're already part of that, it will be seamless into the 5th cycle. Again, if you're a new applicant, certainly you'll avail yourself to the new programs.
All right, job well done, and Viva DOA, because you guys are doing really good work for our island communities. That's Bernie Guinness and Vicky Lynn. Hey, apparently I made your day by saying Viva DOA, but you guys have certainly earned it, and you are making the day of many a Guamanian who's going through some very, very rough times. So thank you both, and for your team over there for what you guys are doing.
This was Marcy. Thank you.
All right.
Vicky, good to see you both. All right, everybody, Nestor Lecanto is coming up one-on-one. But before I go to that, we do have a late entry for the jokes, because remember, of course, it is Tell a Joke Day in the States. Debbie Davis in Bardstown, Kentucky says, why do seagulls fly over the ocean? Because if they flew over the bay, we'd call them bagels. Whew. Good one, Debbie. All right. And on that, we are going to take a quick commercial break. But stay tuned, because the final candidate on Nestor Lecanto's ongoing series of one-on-one talks with congressional delegate candidates, Senator Jim Moylan. That's coming up next.